we've seen the statement that came out from the U.S. UN that disputes Russia's account that claimed that the United States, blocked the Security Council press statement condemning the attack, and because the United States just wanted language added that also condemned the continued assault against civilians by the Assad regime. My question is, how do you see this as being different from previous accounts where the United States objected to Russia wanting to add language that condemned rebel atrocities when the UN was going to put out a statement condemning whatever the Assad regime had done?
Well, first of all, just to recap what happened in New York yesterday, as our colleagues in New York have already done, the Russians proposed a statement condemning the Damascus bombings. We, the U.S., and other delegations agreed to that language, but we also thought it should be accompanied by language about the rest of the violence ongoing in Syria yesterday and in recent weeks, and that it should have a second paragraph. The Russians were unwilling to include that second paragraph. So our position, as I said here yesterday, Dana, is that any indiscriminate use of force where civilians are involved needs to be condemned by all of us. We did that here yesterday, and we will continue to do that on a daily basis if necessary. Saeed?
So you're saying that in the past, the United States has not opposed Russia when they wanted to add language condemning atrocities committed by the rebels?
I'm saying that a year ago, when we went through this before, we've had plenty of occasions where we were willing to put in language along the lines of what I just said, that any indiscriminate violence against civilians is unacceptable. We did have some precise difficulties with the Russians when we felt that they wanted an unbalanced statement that would let Assad off the hook, and we will make no secret of that if that happens in the future. Saeed? Saeed?
On Dana's issue, Mr. Lavrov, of course, expressed disappointment that you were not on board. But he also, he had a press conference with his Chinese counterpart, but he also said that you have double standards when it comes to Syria. So how do you respond to that?
I think we would reject that. As I said yesterday, any indiscriminate violence against civilians by any side needs to be condemned, and we will do that. You know that we've talked a lot here about our concerns about al-Nusrah and its infiltration of the opposition in Syria. We've seen an interesting trend that I wanted to call to your attention just in the last couple of weeks. We're continuing to hear reports about local backlash on the ground against al-Nusrah when it has tried to impose its beliefs on the local population, specifically in towns like Almere, where residents there reportedly challenged al-Nusrah's attempt to install a foreign imam in the local mosque, and in Sarakeb, where we understand that violence broke out between factions who were demanding a civil state versus an extremist state, and it resulted in the destruction of lots of al-Nusra flags. And in Al-Qa, an armed activist group reportedly intercepted and arrested a Nusra leader who tried to take a local man to an Islamic court. So the point here is these and other incidents underscore that the more the Syrian people see of al-Nusrah, the less they like them, and speaks to the concerns that we've been expressing for some time.